Hi ho, monster fans. This is Dangerous Snallygaster here with another edition of Recharge Yellow. Um, it's going to be a very curious edition of Recharged Yellow on the grounds that the thing that makes it a Recharge Yellow no longer exists for us. That's right. For those of you who hadn't seen it, misfortune happened to Flash. And now we're down to two. um, hi. Not gonna believe me, buddy, but I need more potions. $8. Let's just get to Viridian Forest. It, everything that could go wrong feels like it has gone wrong, and we're running. Yeah, fuck you. All right, Viridian Forest. Now we could get. I have no idea what we could get here. Caterpie, I guess. Maybe another Pikachu. Please don't be a trainer. I don't. Uh, why they gotta rub it in like this? Beatrice, you're killing me here. Beatrice is just doing so little damage. And that was when I that was my worry. That was my worry. Please only be this. Alright, level 9. That's good. That's helpful. No, we can't change out. Um we need to antidote immediately. And then we need a potion. We're losing 2 turns. We're losing 2 turns at just a normal trainer battle. Man, challenge mode really is just beating me down. Fortunately, Gust is not a contact move. So we shouldn't be getting hit with Poison Point anymore, at least with Beatrice. Yeah, with both of them, because Oddish doesn't have a... Petunia does not have a contact move on her. Level 10. Oh no, really? Yeah. Get wrecked. Um, so yeah, I don't know what we do. I'm afraid to go to you. We do get an encounter here. I don't know what we... Alright, we already have a Pidgey. So I think Dupe's Claws is kind of on by default. I'm hoping that's the case. If not, I just screwed ourselves. It was! We get a Weedle. A girl. Did Flash die because this is just Girl Squad? I'm YOLO balling. Because I don't want to take too many chances, especially with Weedle. Yeah, we'll give a nickname to our Weedle. Uh, Girl Weedle. Um, I have no idea what to name you. Um, huh. You know what? I got nothing. You are Fiona. Let's check out Fiona. Maybe Fiona's hardy nature? That's neutral? Well, we take that. I think going back and grinding up Fiona against Bellsprouts is not the worst. Wait, what am I doing? Bellsprout's still part poison. Oh no. Do I even want to grind up? It's not a matter of what I want, what I don't want anymore. I've put myself in a position where that's just off the table as my personal consideration for anything at this point, because I've lost 2 Pokemon, including my starter. So, we're going to make it work with Fiona. At least Beatrice having a steady way to just really mess up things like Kakuna will hopefully make it easier. The other problem, though, is Fiona does level really slow. How do I want to handle this? I need to gain levels. This is non-negotiable at this point. Caterpie. Caterpie would have been much more useful than a Weedle for us, because Caterpie can become a Butterfree, and Butterfree is more useful to Beedrill. But I I have lost the ability to be really choosy. We've got to make this work. We got to do it for Flash, and we got to do it for Mitty. With 2/3 of our team now weak to Rock type, it's going to be a very delicate thing we have going on in the Rock Gym. Um, Beatrice. I wonder if this has the random level 9 Pidgeotto that you can just find in Viridian Forest like you do in regular Yellow. It's a really low encounter chance, but it still exists. That guy was a shopkeeper. Maybe we should just talk to him. Him being a shopkeeper, maybe he just has antidotes or something that we can have. Thank you for not poisoning me. I need to also level Petunia, because Petunia is going to be... Are you able to defeat all the trainers around here? That's a... That might actually be a tough ask at this point, buddy. We should probably make a run back to the Pokemon Center and heal up, because getting foolhardy is what's killing us. I'm I'm not respecting the fact that they increased the AI in this game. I'm I'm not being respectful of it, and that is what is just murdering my team. So let's just be careful. Be play be a better player. I can safely say I have never used the Weedle line in any of my games. I just the problem is with the Weedle line is it doesn't really get any good moves, and it gives it has nothing to give you to deal with Brock. Well, that's a really good pickup. You trainer should never throw so many Pokeballs. Okay, bug catchers. Why is that a different shade than mine? But it's not shiny. It's so weird. Please don't. Okay. Every poison sting from now on is just gonna be a simple request of please, please do not ruin my day. Yep. I even have a bug. Level 7? Oh, your Weedle is so much stronger than mine. The fortunate thing is, worst case scenario, I do have Petunia. Petunia, being part poison, is immune to the poison effect. She's just not going to do any damage to these things. Oh, good lord. Alright, we got to level 6 with Fiona. Caterpie. Um, we're gonna put Fiona back in, because we need to train Fiona. I have run out of the ability to be very picky about this. Poison Sting. My plan is, well, if you could call it a plan, is I am gonna raise up Fiona, and if things get really bad, I'll switch into Petunia. Petunia's not gonna do a ton of damage to Caterpie, but she's also going to be largely immune to a lot of Caterpie's nonsense. Oh my god. Every time I see the bar just shrieking like that, I clinch. I just can't. Oh no. Petunia, get in here. I don't think this is going to do good damage because if I remember right, Bug does resist grass. Yep. It's about as much as our poison sting was doing. So there's that. Caterpie can't hack it, buddy. Oh boy. Already running back to the Pokemon Center. Is half this video just gonna be tales of me running back to the hospital, screaming at the horrible terror I have put myself in? So, I know I've been hyper focused on what we're gonna do with Brock, Misty is also going to be a problem, but we do have a bit more of a cushion between then and now. And also, we have Petunia. Oddish is going to be so strong unless that Stormy has confusion, in which case we're screwed. Oh, things to consider. You can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. Oh boy. I don't feel like I'm jamming right now. Poison and Bug is like double resistant on Absorb, so we're just gonna put in Beatrice again. And get poisoned. This should kill though. Yep. Kakuna. I know, I am being very stupid and suicidal. Also, I just noticed that they use netballs. That's kind of a cool touch. I'm trying yet again to not cough into the microphone. Sorry if I get those awkward silences in there. It's not just because I'm in full doom and gloom mode. It's also allergies are destroying me and everything I stand for. Well, that did nothing. Again? Oh. Well, at least Fiona's level 7. Yeah. Get out there, Fiona. I'm gonna be risky, but I gotta end this. And I can't just risk like a third poison in this battle. This ends now. Yeah, you. But hey, Fiona is evolving. That's something. At least it's not. At least life continues. Evolved into Kakuna. And learned Harden. A move that I'm probably never going to use. Alright, let's take care of Beatrice. Because Beatrice is our lifeline at this point. Without her, we're just doomed. Just stares off into nothing. I kind of assumed that would just be the thing for Kakuna and Metapods. Like, to a degree, I think that's why they kind of come off as really creepy to me, is they look a little bit more dead inside. Metapod would have been preferable because we would have had tackle and not had to deal with Poison Sting and its awful base power 15. which I think it's actually boosted in later games. I know they boost a lot of these horrible low power moves in later games because yeah, it's just a chore otherwise. And you have certain Pokemon like poor Tentacool is stuck with basically Poison Sting and Bubble for so long. That's useful, especially since we've been burning through those. It's not gonna go easy on me. Caterpie! Go, Fiona. You may have a Caterpie, but what are you gonna do against my feminism squad? Oh no. Apparently crit me. Let's bring out Petunia. Yep, lower speed. It's just gonna drop it enough to where it could consistently go first on me. Yep. It's not a bad strategy. It's just I still feel like for the most part, the best defense is good offense. The best and the best offense is to not use a Caterpie, but that could easily be us right now. Just sitting there spamming string shot and tackle because we don't really have anything else. All right, Petunia's level 9. 21 special attack. God, she is going to be our lifesaver. All right, Petunia, get back in there. Mess up a Caterpie. Ow. 2 hit points of damage. We take that. We take string shots. We also take your health. Your soul. So now that Flash has been killed, who I guess the official starter is basically Beatrice for us at this point. But it kind of feels like stat-wise, Petunia's a better match for that. Although, uh, although interestingly enough, the Pidgey line does evolve more in line with your starters. That's actually one of the things that I really appreciated as a design touch with Pidgey to kind of emphasize it as being an ideal first capture for people in the old games is the fact that its leveling puts it to where it will reach its middle and final evolutions at about the same pace as your starters will reach their middle and final evolutions. It's a nice little touch that I think it's really great and appreciative with Pokemon. I don't see a lot of the Pokemon knockoffs doing something similar. I think some of them grasp how bugs should be. Like the whole point of having a Caterpie and Weedle was to show you that you can get certain Pokemon and they will evolve and be strong very quick and very early in your play experience. in order to highlight that and uh, pos- and kind of give them that niche, especially for the early game. Whether or not whether or not you Weedle successfully provides that is the Weedle line at least is a completely different subject, but at least I can appreciate that design touch. There's all kinds of little bits about how Pokemon is designed from its encounters and everything that I can really appreciate and try to look at from that perspective of how do they want you to play the game. And I'm trying, and I also want to keep, and I also have an interest in keeping up with that as somebody who has some ideas about games they may want to make in the future. I like trying to think a little bit more critically about how certain things are. Oh my lord. Beatrice is just getting poisoned off everything. Anyways, I like to try to keep myself thinking critically about how things are designed in games and understand exactly where they may have been coming from or what they were think or trying to piece together what they were thinking in that. Sometimes we actually know what they're thinking because the developer will just come out and say what their ideas were. Did you know that Pokemon evolve? Yeah, I actually have an evolved Pokemon in my party. Get poisoned. It's never for me. I don't think Fiona has poisoned a single thing. Sorry for just sniffing right into it. My nose is getting stopped up. Maybe it's not. I'm hoping it is really just allergies and I've not gotten sick with anything. Because that would suck. But, anyways, I think there's a lot of interesting little things to kind of keep and paying attention to with Pokemon, in particular with how it's laid out. That some people, when it comes to designing uh, their own Pokemon knockoff games, I don't think they paid that much attention to, or they just do it because they think because Pokemon did it, and they think that's, but they don't actually understand why they did it that way. If that makes any sense. The whole key of doing commentary by yourself is to not come off like a schizophrenic. So I hope I'm at least accomplishing that. As my team dies, it's slow, painful death. I continue to get no luck on my poisons. If nothing else, I have Beatrice, who is the win button on all of these bug types. Petunia is kind of a lesser win button. She just doesn't do the damage that Beatrice does. Beatrice can one-shot most of the things here, especially now that she's level 11, which is higher than I think all the trainers in here. Maybe not, because, yeah, challenge mode. But the point is, we have ways to deal with things easier if it gets that way. The problem is Beatrice just cannot get into a fight with anything at the Weedle line and not get poisoned. Also, I'm almost out of absorbs with Petunia. We may need to consider another trip to the Pokemon Center. I know. Kind of lame, but we have to be cautious, and I need to get as much of this team together as I can. I think Fiona's just gonna have to rock it out in here a little bit longer, a little bit harder. Worst comes to worst. Finally got some poison. Of course, it's on a creature that has shed skin, so I don't expect this to last. How are we on poison stings? I would love for Fiona to just get all the experience for this. Not that I don't appreciate the work that Beatrice has put in for us. It's just I have a I have a ways to go with getting Fiona up and potentially contributing more to the team. There we go, Shedskin, of course. I knew it was bound to happen eventually, so it's not like it caught me by surprise or I'm particularly upset at that turn of events. We're closer to finishing Viridian Forest than we are to. Uh, we're closer to the end of it than the beginning. I think we just keep going and maybe end off the video by getting out of Viridian Forest. I think that's our best course of action. Do I want to use potions to. I know. I don't like that, but I kind of don't really have much of a choice. While I'm thinking about it, there. That should also help. A Metapod. Like I said, we're gonna try to get out of here. I don't know what we do about Brock. I might have to grind off screen, which carries its own set of risks because we could easily wipe outside of uh, outside of major battles just as easily as we wiped in them. But it's a risk that I think we're just gonna have to take. There's always going to be an element of danger with these Nuzlocks. And as I proudly have said before, I am Danger Snallygaster. Danger is literally in my name. Why the rush? Because my Pokemon are hurting and. Okay, just a level 10 Weedle, we can do this. We got this. We take those. Beatrice, get out here and beat its ass. Or Bud, or Fanny. I don't know if anybody else picked up on it. At least when it comes to these quick uh, series where I'm recording on my own, I do try to keep swearing to a minimum. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit uh, friendlier to people. Maybe it's less off-putting. I also just feel like creators who swear all the time, uh, it's kind of it's kind of not that interesting. You're good at this. I could have fooled me. We did it! Cut down by a Pokemon move. You need. Yeah, I'm not canceling any evolutions at this time, lady. Fiona, how are you? You're not far off. That's perfect. Alright, let's get to Pewter City. We officially did it. We made it. All right, team. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this a little bit longer than it normally is, but thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Pour one out for my dead homies, and that is it here. I'll catch you on the next one.